Now, why are you doing that Randy Orton pose?
I'm doing it to start the video. Why can't I?
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, welcome to another random video. Yes, this is the random video hour of my channel. It's like what, midnight already? Let's see. Emma dance really?
Okay. Anyways,
It's like what, midnight already, Mike?
yep, sir.
Damn. Alright. Yeah, we decided to do this random video of what if scenarios for WrestleMania 31. I am James from the Big Easy. You will know me from the Hardcore Wrestling Radio and WGS TV. I have a friend over here named Mike of Iowa. Mike, how you doing?
I am so tired from working 21 hours the last 30 days. You will never know frustration, being pissed off and tired after a store being closed for 30 weeks, coming in, having to help make it clean, make everything work good, and get paid minimum wage. It is
Anyway, alright, Mike over here has some crazy question ideas and whatnot in his head that he would like to tell me, and I will answer to the best of my ability.
So basically, folks, when we were just on a Skype call, I figured, oh,
Yes, we were on a Skype call.
I was thinking, man, what if this happens? What if this happens? That boy be like, this makes a good video topic. And we decided to do a video. That's pretty much, that's not a very exciting story, but it's more exciting than me doing the Orton pose again. So, we continue on. What if scenarios? What if certain things that we expect to happen don't happen, and then go the opposite route? So, we're going to start off with something simple. What if John Cena loses to Rusev at WrestleMania? Rusev retains and walks out the United States champion. That way.
Well, it brings, as I said in that Skype call, it brings up two important questions, and this is where I put in my referee thinking hat. But it brings up a couple of good questions about it. Number one, if Rusev wins, that means the WWE will have to give Rusev a major push and put him as one of the few top heels of WWE. We all know Seth Rollins, The Authority, and whatnot are all the top heels right now. But Rusev, being the dominant force that he is, if he goes over Cena at WrestleMania, puts him up there at that level. Now, it brings up the question, who would Rusev lose to? Who would WWE, decide to make as their top star to take the United States Championship off of Rusev? Now, it also brings up another question of what would they do with John Cena with the loss? Because basically, you can't just have Cena lose and do nothing with him, because he is your top guy. What are you going to do with him now, with the fact that he lost to Rusev not once, but twice?
The perfect thing about it is, the fans at WrestleMania are going to be cheering Rusev. Because you're going to have the smart marks there. You're going to have the UK fans and all the other fans around. You're going to get one big John Cena sucks song going. And it's going to be interesting how it all goes down. I think, we're not going to get the heel turn that we would like. But it'd be nice to see, Cena has finally had enough. He turns on the fans. And eventually, someone gets him to come around. see the error of his ways. Possibly, him and Rusev fight again one more time at maybe like SummerSlam or something, and he finally beats Rusev. Oh, something, I don't know. I don't think that'd be the route they would go if Rusev were to win. But it's a thought.
I mean, I could see Cena turning heel after a loss. Basically, he would. Well, I don't know. I think he might build a slow heel turn, but I don't think he would blame the fans just like that, like how Mark Henry did. So, all right. So, we go on to the next question, Mike.
Okay, what if, according to Total Divas, Nikki and Brie Bella really are leaving the WWE for Hollywood?
That's an interesting question, really. The fact that Nikki and Brie are in a tag team match with the title not being on the line against AJ and Paige brings up a couple of different scenarios. But the fact is that Nikki's walking in as champion. She's going to walk out as champion no matter what, because even if the title is defended at Mania, if they make the stipulation that the title will...
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. I got it. This match, tag team, right? It ends in a disqualification or a countout. You know it's the Mac Militant to come to get it home. This tag team match will now be a Divas Championship Fatal 4-Way.
As Mike is doing something weird. But no, here's the thing though. When it comes to WrestleMania, I'm not seeing the title being defended. However, if Brie and Nikki both leave the WWE for Total Divas, we don't know what's the timeline for them to leave. We don't even know when the contract is actually supposed to expire. So if that thing on Total Divas is true, I see Nikki losing the title whenever the report date is of her release or whatever it is.
I got a feeling they might do the same thing as last year. Well, it's not to a debuting diva, but lose it the night after, probably.
I think what would happen is either because the title is not on the line, I see AJ and Paige winning the match. But whoever...
Oh, yeah. I don't think them leaving, no matter what, is going to affect who wins the match.
No, I think if they put the title on the line at WrestleMania, then I see the Bellas winning the match. So it's either going to be Brie or Nikki. But they would do... what you said is that they would do something the night after to whoever, if, with the title not being on the line, whoever gets the pinfall or submission on Nikki can get the Divas title shot, so they could give it to Paige, or even they can give it to AJ, give her the 4th title.
I still think there'll be a fatal 4-way.
You think so? If they do a fatal 4-way, I might see it at Extreme Rules.
I'm not saying it's going to be a fatal 4-way at Mania. What I'm saying is it's going to be a fatal 4-way, and that's where Brie finally turns on her sister.
I think they could do something like that to build up to the match at Extreme Rules. They can do a fatal 4-way with Brie, Nikki, AJ, Paige. Whoever wins the Diva Championship, and it can be either between AJ or Paige, if the things are true that the Bellas are leaving. Because I don't think they will give the Bellas the title for that long if the contract is to expire soon. Because, as I say, we don't know that when the contract expiring. So, but right now they're taping all the stuff. So they could have decided, we could see next season of Total Divas they re-sign with WWE. We don't know what's happening.
They probably filmed a lot of shit past that, because whatever happened on that episode of Total Divas probably filmed like 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah, all that was taped at Survivor Series. Because remember that last episode is when Nikki actually won the Divas Championship from AJ.
Well, I haven't been watching Total Divas.
No, I remember it's because I don't watch it, but I know I was reading the recaps, and it was when Nikki won the Divas Championship from AJ at Survivor Series. So right before the, I think it was like after that match, or like even the night after, when they went to Raw, they decided, hey, when the contract expires, we don't know when the contract expires. That's the question. So from between that end of that taping and the taping, which occurred actually began taping in February, they could have re-signed the contract. They could even sign the contract during the taping.
Probably.
So, but yeah, if that's true, I see Nikki's reign being going to continue on past Mania, but I don't see it going on that long. I don't see her breaking 295.
Oh, hell no. She'd have to go all the way past, like, you'd have to go to at least, like,
SummerSlam?
September, I think.
September?
Something like that, because, yeah.
Yeah, actually, you're right. September. About.
Well, point is, no.
Yeah, we'll look it up and we put it like an annotation for y'all. That part.
Anyways,
Next
up.
question.
What if a jobber wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal? AKA someone like Zack Ryder, Eric Rowan. Well, not so much Eric Rowan, but we can consider him a jobber, right? I mean, not. He's like just above jobber. He's like just over the edge, I'd say.
Yeah.
I mean, at first he wasn't, but now he kind of is. Someone like Sin Cara, Darren Young, Tyler Snell, something like that. If they decide to go with a left field and kind of one of them guys win.
That's the main thing about this Battle Royal, because last year they made it hype up so much about the importance of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And you see, like, what happened. He's like, oh, Cesaro's going to get a push all of a sudden. Yeah.
I'm not a Zeb Coulter guy. I'm a Paul Heyman guy. And all of a sudden, and we're still begging for them to change his music again. And of course, the Raw after Mania, the fans were like, da 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 da. Anyways.
And now he's teamed up with Natty's wife. Wait, what?
Anyways, so continue.
But really, it's like this year they don't hype it as much. I mean, yeah, you get a nice fancy trophy and it's an annual thing. It's just it lost its luster after the fact that Cesaro, didn't get that push he was supposed to get. So really, I just don't see an importance of. Anybody can win that Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal now. It just won't mean anything as much if someone like a Zack Ryder or somebody wins it. It's just basically it's like say, hey, you won the Battle Royal, so what?
Alright, here's the question. What if okay. Will Axelmania run wild?
No, he will not run wild. Yes, he will be in the Battle Royal, but I think he might be like maybe.
I know he'll be in the Battle Royal, but will he run wild?
He might survive up till last 4 before he gets knocked out and thrown over the top rope by Big Show. Or he might even be the first one eliminated. We don't know.
Okay. What if they're... Because no one's probably expecting him to retain. What if Bad News Bear retains the IC title in this massive ladder match?
Ooh, that's a good question. What if? Because really, you think about it, this ladder match has more big names than the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Well, of
Let's say
course, you're only gonna have like 8 guys as opposed to 20, 25.
exactly, but you think about it. Look at the names that's currently in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal that's been named, and look at the names that's in the ladder match.
Okay.
So let's say this: it really is like if if Bad News Barrett retains the championship, I'd be surprised that they are gonna let Barrett continue on with the championship with names like Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan, and a couple. Hell, they could even give R-Truth a chance. But they gotta have to give some with Barrett to say, hey, look, we gotta keep the ball with you, keep it rolling. They have to do something with him and make that Intercontinental Championship more important.
I I mean, they have been burying him and burying him and burying. Well, not so much burying him. He's been losing and losing and losing and losing and losing. It makes you wonder. Usually, that's the sign. Usually, the sign that someone's going to retain or win. I don't think this is the that's the case. Well, I don't think it's going to be Daniel Bryan that wins either.
And I'm not saying Dan Bryan's gonna win. I mean,
I know
anybody.
that. But I'm just saying I don't think he's going to win either.
Because
But
you look at Dan Bryan. I mean, yeah, he is the big name, and he's not a favorite. But the fact is that do you really think they're gonna give him the opportunity at the Intercontinental Championship? They could have give to you could give it to Dolph, and you can give it to Dean Ambrose, and really you see it how they were doing it on SmackDown, how both of them calling Daniel Bryan a turn, because they felt like with now Daniel Bryan in the match, everybody's gonna be pulling for Daniel Bryan. Everybody's gonna be yelling yes, yes, yes. But it kind of makes sense that then not to give it to Bryant because they could say, oh, he's close. Oh, then they could do a swerve and they could have somebody else win it.
yeah.
It's just right now it's like everybody's not putting him as favorite. Let's say that.
Okay. Next up, what if Bray Wyatt does not rest in peace? AKA, what if Bray Wyatt goes over The Undertaker?
It kind of really, if you would think about this really, if let's say this, if Brock Lesnar did not lose to The Undertaker.
Did not lose. He didn't. So
I
you
mean,
mean
no,
he did not
no, no,
beat
no, I'm
The
sorry.
Undertaker?
If the Undertaker did not, no, if the Undertaker did not lose, if the Undertaker won, you would look at this like 22-0 going into WrestleMania 31 with somebody else that can play the same mind games as you, and the fact
Mhm.
that if you know Bray Wyatt was the one to be 22-1. And we all be like, wow. But then you would get that big push. We would say that, okay, now this is the guy that the WWE will not be pushing as like that top guy, like how
Yeah.
Undertaker was. But
Yep.
now with the fact that there's no streak, it'd be like it's very interesting that they're giving Undertaker a losing streak in WrestleMania after he gone 21-0.
Yeah.
And but it's just it'll be like it has like that important feeling that's like okay he's another person that could beat the Undertaker, but to me it feels like Undertaker is getting a little bit old and he should
Yeah.
I don't think he should compete anymore. But the fact is that this is a top guy, and if WWE decides to give Bray Wyatt the win, then Bray Wyatt it'd be part of the cap, but it won't be like as effective like if it was like beating the streak.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so moving on.
I mean, I
Well,
want to hear what you say about it.
well, it would be really odd because would be the point of him coming back again just to lose? I mean, Taker's last match I feel should be a loss, only because I know Taker's one of those guys who believes in going out on your back. I remember Chris Jericho talked about it on his podcast once. You talking about how Edge, regrets walking out with the win because Edge was one of those guys that believes about going out on your back. You're putting somebody over. Undertaker put somebody over, albeit someone who didn't need it, but that was a kind of different way of getting put over because it was a streak. Putting over Bray Wyatt would be cool, but at the same time, that's like, okay, now if he has one more after that, then he's going to win that one, for sure. He's not going to lose 3 in a row. But, I don't know, man. I mean, it's not going to happen, but it's one of those things that, man, if it does, what was the point?
Just feel, yeah, to your point, exactly. It's like, what is the point? Because really, I said, with Taker, I feel like if the streak was involved, then yeah, see, it would be like how we were at WrestleMania 30 when Lesnar beat Undertaker.
Yes.
It just won't have that important purpose of like how it was last year. Anyway, next question.
And so, moving on to another guy who we expect to win pretty much easily. Well, not easily, but we expect him to win. And I think you know where I'm going with this. What if Sting loses to Triple H at WrestleMania?
What if Sting? Really, I feel like it's the wrong person for Sting to lose a match at WWE against. Because really, it's like you bring Sting in just to have him job to the COO of the company. I feel like it makes you question why would they do it. It makes me question why would they do it to have Triple H beat Sting. I mean, yeah, I understand it's WWE beating WCW, but the fact that it's Sting. Sting is the one person, one of the few people who has never, ever fought in WWE. That's a big name.
Mm-hmm.
And why would you have him come in and lose to Triple H? I understand this. WWE beat WCW, but I just feel like this is more than WWE WCW. I feel like these are two big names, and it just makes a what the heck for having Sting beat Triple H. I mean, yeah, I can see like because of the authority, but it just won't make sense to me.
My question is, why the hell have Sting cut a promo like he did on Raw and use a voice changer? If they're going to use a voice changer, why have him talk at all? That was my question.
Yeah, I think that's everybody's question.
I mean, one of my friends at the Pro Wrestling Network page was like, "Oh, why do they have to use a voice actor?" They didn't use a voice actor. It's obviously a fucking voice changer. My question is, what the hell is the point of using a voice changer? You don't want Sting to speak, then you shouldn't even use a voice changer.
I think WWE just want people to know, they usually don't speak. But they just don't want us to hear how he was. But, I don't know. I questioned it myself, but nobody got the answer to it. Hell, I think people backstage are also questioning it, but, that's just, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, on to the big one. What if Brock Lesnar retains and Seth Rollins does not cash in?
This one goes to what I'd say with John Cena and Rusev. It's basically Lesnar gonna lose the title to? You have to do something with Lesnar. I mean, yeah, he's this top guy, but the same thing. Do you really want to put the WWE World Heavyweight Championship like that again? People complaining, bitching, and moaning the fact that the champion doesn't appear on TV as often. And the fact also kind of questions what they're gonna do with Seth Rollins. I mean, let's say this. I believe he is going to cash in if Roman Reigns doesn't win at Mania. If Roman Reigns wins at Mania, I don't see a cash in. I think he might wait more. I think he might wait until maybe the last moment to cash in.
Well, considering that they actually said that on, was it Raw? Was it this week or the week before? It was like, maybe you're going to wait until after I beat Lesnar and cash in on me when I'm hurt. Well, not going to happen now. Well, maybe it still will. Maybe they're trying to throw us off. But
really, it's like...
Here's what I think would be a perfect scenario. I want it to happen at Mania because we know how to cash in at Mania. However, let's say it does happen the night after. Brian Lesnar comes out and says, "That's it. I'm done for now. I'm going to walk away and I'm going to go unify the WWE and UFC titles like Heyman said on Monday's Raw. I'm going to go do it right now." And the show is about to close. All of a sudden, Roman Reigns comes out like, "No, man, you ain't going nowhere." Right, Brock Lesnar's like, "Fuck you." Boom, boom. All of a sudden, there's a Roman Reigns spear. "You ain't gonna no UFC belt," blah, blah, or something like that. All of a sudden, curse song on the briefcase. 1, 2, 3.
But then, really, that question is, would they reunite the Shield like that if they do something like that?
No, I think the Shield will reform eventually for one night only, all factions do. But I don't know.
If you do something like that, they could.
The only problem with Seth Rollins cashing in at Mania is if he wins, that means you have WrestleMania closing with a heel. You don't close WrestleMania with a heel.
WrestleMania 17.
Well, I mean, yeah, but in the modern day, PG WWE, you don't close WrestleMania with the heel winning. That's what I'm saying.
It kind of brings a swerve, but at the same time, you're right. They never really do something like that, and that's kind of, hard to think about. But really, if Seth Rollins does cash in, and let's say Roman Reigns, then I see it's a failed cash in. But if Brock Lesnar retains and Seth Rollins cash in, I see a win. I see Seth Rollins walking out with the title.
Uh-huh. I don't know, though. I mean, I'd like to see Roman Reigns go heel. I really would. But I don't think that's going to happen, clearly, for obvious reasons. But, I don't know.
Any other questions?
I had one. What if, where'd it go? I got nothing. I couldn't think of
anything. Do you have anything with Seth Rollins reigning on in that feud? What if without?
I forgot about that, actually.
Because that one's going to be official by Monday because Randy Orton did say he was going to challenge Seth Rollins to a match.
What if Seth Rollins wins? Because let's face it, we know Randy Orton's going to win. But what if they changing all this build-up for Randy Orton's return happens just for him to lose again?
Because really, I think, well, yeah, that's a good question. Because I think really, that's actually a coin flip for me. But really, you know, I feel like Randy Orton wants revenge. The fact that he got cursed on the stairs and he was taken out of action, and we all know what really happens, but we don't do that. But it wouldn't make if Orton loses, it wouldn't make sense on that storyline overall. Is the fact that Seth Rollins you giving Seth Rollins that high stuff, that high things like we believe in you, but also they have the fact that he has money in the bank, so it doesn't really matter if Rollins wins or loses. He already has money in the bank, so if he wins the world title, cashing in, he already is up there already as a tie heel. So I mean, what else would you need?
That brings us to another question. What if Seth Rollins cashes in and wins? Because if he loses to Randy Orton and then becomes champion at the end of Mania, clearly Orton's going to want to go after Seth again. But then you're going to still have Roman Reigns involved.
Then you have a triple threat match at Extreme Rules for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Because really, it's that,
I really hope not. I still hope that SummerSlam, we get that triple threat, Reigns, Rollins, Ambrose, WWE World Heavyweight title. That's what I want. Everybody wants.
If they do a triple threat like that, it's either have to be if Seth Rollins cash in at Mania, that means Rollins going to have to go from Mania to SummerSlam, still in the world title picture. And then somehow Dean Ambrose has to get involved if he doesn't win the Intercontinental Championship. Because
you know what I think? Let's go back to the Rusev Cena scenario. If Rusev wins, he can go after Reigns and try to become the first guy to hold the U.S. and WWE World title at the same time. That's the direction I think they would probably go. Because the next logical step for the undefeated Russian and United States champion, you beat John Cena, and the only thing that could really be bigger than that is when winning the world title.
I never thought of that. That's a good idea. They can unify the WWE and the United States Championship. And then just
I'm not saying unify, but he could try to go after. I'm not saying the match would be for both titles either, but it's an interesting thought.
That's an interesting thought. I mean, yeah, you have the undefeated Russian. I mean, you could have like Reigns say, hey, if you want to fight me for my title, you have to defend your title. They don't need to put it. I think if they do it like that, I think both titles has to be on the line for that to happen.
Yeah. Then again, it didn't happen with Jeff Hardy and fucking Randy Orton, but
that's true. They could do something different. They can do Ultimate Warrior Hogan at Extreme Rules. Even though it's not the Intercontinental Championships in the United States.
What I'm still trying to figure out is if Reigns wins, Brock Lesnar is probably not going to get a rematch at Extreme Rules.
Unless he signs.
Then who's Reigns going to defend against at Extreme Rules?
That's where you can put Seth Rollins in. I could see Seth Rollins.
I hope they don't go like Seth Rollins failed and then also, I want a rematch. Extreme Rules.
And the authorities say, yes, you get your rematch. Just like that, without doing anything. So you get a rematch. Yay.
I hope not.
I think they might do it. Anyway,
Anyways, that's all I got.
that's all you got?
Yep, that's all I got.
Sure.
Wrap this shit up.
Any final thoughts?
I hope that I don't have to work during WrestleMania.
I looked at my schedule. I don't have to work. Well, no, actually, I lied. They didn't give me my schedule all the way to the 28th. I know I get.
I tried to request off the other day. I'm like, oh, you have to do it at least 3 weeks out. I mean, because she tried to enter it, and then she's like, oh, wait, you're past the date. Well, it's not my fault we were closed the last 3 weeks. I'm like, hello, it's literally just past the 3-day mark, like, what, 5 days ago, right? I'm like, we were kind of closed for 3 weeks, so, kind of not my fault.
I know one thing. I got my schedule all the way to 28. I don't know why the 29th. If not, I had to watch it on the WWE Network on my phone. Anyway, but just going over all this stuff. I see AJ Page beating the Bellas if the title's not on the line.
Well, we'll say actual predictions for another video.
I know.
We'll say actual predictions for another video.
Yeah, but okay, that's fine. We put up another video for you fools. Anyway, that's it. All the time we have. Hey, 36 minutes. Wow. Anyway, where can we find you, Mike?
On Twitter at Michael Viola, YouTube at my name, Michael LaGrange. I'm not going to spell it for you, so you just better know. Look up the ZZ Top song. You'll find it. Anyways.
Well, look on the bottom in the description below.
Oh, that too, that works. And also, you can always find me around the internet doing this. Woo! Anyways.
No, you can find the internet him doing this in front of the Superdome. I mean the Silverdome.
No, that video does not exist!
It's private, that's why.
Anyways.
You can find me right here. On yeah, I'm sick. You can find me on twitch.tv/fatboy504. Find me on Twitter at fatboy504. You can also find me on YouTube on this channel JTD70129. You can find me on the 2 Facebook pages. That's facebook.com/hardcorewrestlingradio and facebook.com/WGSTV. With that being all said, I'm Fatboy504, aka James from Big Easy Say. What do you think will happen? Any what if questions? Post in the comment section below. I want to hear some of your stuff, and we can answer some of your questions on our next video. So.
Also, remember to RKO your neighbor. Goodbye.
Out of nowhere.